Buddha family. So some people have made some suggestions that I start to do some lives. So here we go. We'll see how much I screw this up, but we're just gonna do a quick little live and I'm gonna show you something pretty cool with how you propagate your strings. So I can set this down right here. Here we have all of our strings, which is like string of bananas, string of pearls, string of variegated pearls, all sorts of ones. And this is how I propagate them. I'll basically just have a seed flat and I fill it with a little potting mix. And then right here, you can see it'll start to trail. And as they trail, they kind of fill out. I'll show you that one, that sedum. You can see how it fills out. And then when it does fill out, I'll just cut this into little chunks and make all the new babies to sell. But this one I'm super pumped about. This is a string of watermelons. I don't know how far I can zoom in, but it just looks, it's super cool. I got it randomly and I'm definitely propagating it, but it's a slow grower. So if you have things like this, or you get some strings of pearls, bananas, dolphins, any of those ones, and you know, they might look something like this. Here we have our string of bananas. You kind of just see it hangs down. So when you get something like this and you repot it or replant it, you're kind of tempted to just have it hang over. But what I would encourage you to do is take all of this extra and coil it back up onto the soil, because these, if you look real close, will have roots. See those little brown things right there? Those are roots. So the second they're in the soil, they'll root up all the surface, and then it'll be that many more roots that it'll just explode over the edge. So where I was going when you're propagating is that some, when they're just above the ground, they don't root very well. So if you notice in certain sections, I actually bury the stem a little bit. There's a good one. Let's see if I can get the right angle here. You can see right here, completely buried. And when you bury them, then they can root. See, if I try to pull this up, oh, that's a bad camera angle, but if I try to pull this up, I can't. There'll be a root here. I'm just gonna dig it up just to show you. But you can see when I pull this up, a big old chunk of massive roots. So you can imagine as the vine grows, each little section gets more and more roots. And it thrives, it grows faster. Not everything will root, but if you're having a trouble with it, I would always suggest burying the little vine. And you can even do that with like sweet potato vines outside, things like that. But here, you know, we can have our string of pearls and they're going pretty well. But I'll bury certain sections. Then when you bury them, they get a root, and more roots, bigger plant. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'll just show you these before sayonara. Here's some succulents. Here's the watermelons, the bananas, the variegated pearls. Look at that. Isn't that so nice? Ooh, I'm trying to get the right angle. But thanks for joining the first live. So I got a lot more in store. I think I'm gonna go tomorrow or the next day. And actually I'll give you a little preview right here. I got all of these cool pots. You know what, let me set this up, check this out. These are cool things. The little frog planter, got a nice little elephant, just lots of cool different ones. Blue frog. So I think I'll go live and show you how I kind of this thing will start some different ones. Hope you learned something about your strings and how to get those roots growing really fast. Tomorrow I'm gonna be crushing all of these crazy, I don't even know what that is, but I think I'm a little old for that one. Hello Kitty maybe? I don't know. But that's my greenhouse and I'm gonna get lots into it. I almost kind of like these lives, you know, there's no editing. I just can't screw up anything. And if thing, I'm apologizing because I'm totally new to this. So I'll go back through and answer any questions, try to get better at this. I kind of just wung it. But ooh, you know what? While you're all here, you want to see what a Fiesta hibiscus looks like? They're closing up for the night, but look at these things. I gotta pull this down. Sorry about that. You ready? Look at these. How cool is that? That flower, my favorite. called Fiesta. That's party time. So that's my hibiscus benches. But I got a lot of cool stuff to show y'all. I wish I could pass a smell through this. I don't know if anyone have houseplants. Scented citronella geraniums. I mean, this smells to die for. But enough talking. Thank you for watching the first Buddha's Live. I'm Brad. We're gonna be back later this week. I think I'm gonna get the hang of this, and I'm gonna leave you with a purple bridal veil tradescantia. Look at that thing. All of those buds, they're about ready to pop. So I'm not sure if you've even seen that type of tradescantia before, but they're one of my favorites. It's relatively new for me. That is probably what you're used to. This is kind of like your standard tradescantia. Those purple colors, that variegation. But see, this is the problem with live. I love flowers so much, I'm just rambling. But again, thanks so much. Remember, the watermelons, pearls, dolphins, bananas, any of those strings, bury those roots, lay them on the soil surface. You're gonna get exponentially more roots, and that plant's gonna kick butt and grow so fast. Thanks for watching our first Buddha Live. We got more coming your way. I'll see you around. I don't even know how to stop this thing. Hit the X button.